host, Malika Moreau, and I'm back after the little snacky snack. And I'm here to tell you the lowdown on my experience in New Delhi, India. New Delhi specifically, because I cannot judge the entirety of the country based on one or two areas that I visited. India we hit the ground and it was already going down. Once we boarded the plane in Dubai, it was a 3-4 hour flight. Because I was coming off of, not sleeping for 24 hours, I was knocked out on that India flight. Mind you, I'm sitting in one of those middle rows, and if you ever been on a big international plane, you have, the window sides where it's like 2-3 seats, by the windows, and you have the middle row where nobody has a window seat. I'm sitting next to my friend Nikayla, who's on the end of the aisle, and next to me is this old man, and next to him, I'm assuming, is his wife. I got on the flight after everybody because I had to make sure everybody got on the flight, part of my job. As I'm sitting down, I notice the woman at the end of the row of seats, who I'm assuming is the man's wife, has her head like this, literally looking at me like she's waiting on me at the door.
I was waiting on you at the door.
I'm looking at her, and my friend Nikayla had already been there, and so I turned to her. I'm just like, has she been staring at you too? She's like, the whole time. I'm just like, this is about to be a long flight. I would consider myself really good at ignoring people and pretending I don't even notice anything, because you have to be, especially when you travel internationally and you are intersectionally different, a Black American Muslim woman. So wherever I go, I'm going to be looked at weird. I'm getting really good at ignoring weird looks. It doesn't bother me as much anymore. When I say this woman stared at me the entire time, is she serious? Does she really think that we want her 80-year-old husband? I'm very confused. I'm just like, sis, you are too old to be this worried about your man. I don't know if you caught him looking at some brown Muslim girl before and you feel threatened, but I'm not the one or the two. So I'm ready to get off this flight. So we get off the flight. So there's a number of checkpoints getting through the Indian airport. The first one, and the one that really woke us up to, the whole corona pandemic, was a health one. They had us fill out 2 different forms, I guess even duplicates of those 2 different forms. And the first line we had to get in was the line where they would check our health. They take our temperature. We have to write on the form whether or not we're feeling any symptoms or whatever. If you don't have a fever, they let you pass. It's a very long, winding line. People are standing right on your back. People are coughing. People are breathing down your neck. And I'm already just like, all right, this is getting a little ghetto for me.
Oh, the ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
Half of us get through the line, and then we realized that one of our group members wasn't feeling so hot. She was feeling a little cold symptoms or whatever. Nobody wants to say it, but in the back of everybody's minds, they're just we hope she doesn't have
Coronavirus!
We're hoping that they're not going to send her back. We're hoping that they're not going to isolate us. Long story short, she winds up getting through security. She doesn't have a fever, alhamdulillah, so we're good. As we're going through customs, one of us who is a naturalized citizen of America, when you're a naturalized citizen, you get a passport. They have your place of birth on the passport. Everybody else got passed just fine, but she was stopped, and he was like, oh, we want to speak to the group organizer. We want to make sure she has a return ticket. Oh boy. They get into a little argument or whatever. She's right to be angry, but she's going back and forth. And with the one sister who's going through not feeling so hot and then going through this, it's getting to a point where I'm just like, will we make it to the hotel without incident? We all wind up past the gate. I'm not even going to get into that whole story. Maybe I'll save that for another video. And at this point, with everything that has gone on thus far, everybody's ready to go. Can we get to the hotel? 9 in the morning we landed, and then we didn't get into the hotel until like maybe noonish. But that didn't matter because honey, the moment I hit that bed, it was lights out. The next day was our trip to the Taj Mahal. If you don't know anything about the Taj Mahal, it's located in Agra, India. Little did I know that's about a 2-3 hour ride from New Delhi. We drove to, I guess, the side road where we got out and we met our tour guide. They split the group into little tuk-tuks. Then we pull up to another side road. It's like a lot of side roads, a lot of traffic, a lot of random cows and horses. Then, lo and behold, we see it.
It's the most photogenic building all over the world.
Is like one of the 7 wonders of the world, so being able to see that up close, I felt very grateful. Even with all the past aggravations of the previous day, it was just like amazing to be standing there and looking at the Taj Mahal. After we left the Taj Mahal, we went to go have lunch. That food was so good. And that was the end of that day. The following day, some of the group wanted to do like a tour of New Delhi. The same drivers that had taken us to the Taj Mahal had suggested to them, you know, to book them again. And so like 6 or 7 of them went to the group tour of New Delhi. 3 of us, myself included, stayed back. We was like, India, at this point, it's a lot going on, especially with us having gone to the Taj Mahal the day before. Yeah, we were ready to just knock out and chill. So it's a 5-star hotel. The hotel was beautiful. I don't think I really got any footage of it, but it was a 5-star hotel. Vaulted ceilings, lighting, little waterfalls, nice little restaurant, nice little pool, nice little spa. Girl, honey, I went to the spa. I got a massage, but I did not leave that hotel that day. I was so exhausted, and it's a good thing I didn't leave, because even though everybody had a nice time on the New Delhi tour, they came back and told us all about it, told us that they saw some monkeys in the street. I wasn't trying to play with no monkeys anyway. I had a nice time with that massage. I had a nice time sleeping. At this point, it was like a week and a half into the trip, and I was reaching that point where I was ready to go home. Never mind the fact that things back home had started getting serious. They declared a state of emergency in like New York and New Jersey. I was just like, oh, really? I was aware that things were getting serious. After we landed in India, I think the very next day, they shut the borders behind us to any new people arriving in India. So we were fine being there, and we'd be fine to leave, but nobody else would be allowed to come in. Had we planned to arrive in India like a day later, we would have been in trouble, and we probably would have been sent back. At this point, everything that's going on is like very obviously the will of Allah. We were able to do everything we wanted to do in Dubai. We were able to get to India. We were able to get to the Taj Mahal, because right after we did these things, they would shut down behind us. I might need to get my butt back home. I took that day to relax and really kind of like prepare for the next day to go back home. Like, we had to repack again. We had to go to the airport again. And I thought getting, through the airport coming from Dubai and getting into India was difficult. Honey, leaving was ridiculous. We got there about 4 hours in advance and still just made the flight. We waited on the line to check in for like 2.5 hours. We went through security and everything, where they checked our boarding pass and our visas about 15,000 times. The layover was only like 2-3 hours, and then we got on our flight back home. So alhamdulillah, none of the group members got sick. We're all still in contact with each other, and even a sister who was sick in India, she sent us an update saying she got tested like for the 3rd time and she is coronavirus free. So everybody came back from the trip relatively healthy. I'm still healthy, alhamdulillah, and hopefully I stay this way and all of the group members stay this way and all of you stay that way. So that was my experience in India. India itself had never really been on my list of places that, I felt like I must go. The experience kind of set off like anxiety triggers for me, so I probably would not willingly go to Agra or the Taj Mahal again. I'm very grateful that I got the chance to do it and that I can talk about the experience and like kind of reflect on it, but I don't know if I'd willingly do it again. I may, however, return to another part of India, like Mumbai, for example. So it's not completely off the list. All I can really say is that I'm really grateful for my experience, the good and the bad, because the bad helps you improve and make sure everything is even better next time. Even though it was the height of a pandemic and all of our family members were pretty much sure that we'd be dead upon arrival, alhamdulillah, we made it back and we were, just as healthy, if not healthier, than when we left. So I'm very grateful for that. If you guys want to see more videos about this, leave me a comment letting me know. I probably have footage from the other countries that I've been to in the past 4 years. Now that I have the time to do it, I can probably backtrack and tell you about the places that I've been and like what my experiences were there. Kind of do something similar to what I did here with Dubai and India. So let me know if you want to see that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to wash your hands and stay in your house. Bye.